In fact, I remember after the presidential election, she and Joe Scarborough did a segment where Joe Scarborough was shocked at the price of butter. He's like, oh my God, $8? $8 for a stick of butter? Yeah, Joe, where have you been, homeboy? And it's because they're unbothered, they're untouched by the disastrous policy decisions and some of the economic issues that riddled Biden's term.
Wow, Ana Kasparian is not wasting any time as she continues attacking the woke left for their insane Trump derangement syndrome and woke mind virus. And today she targets Joe Scarborough. I can't even ever pronounce his last name, Scarborough, whatever, from Morning Joe, him and his wife, Minka. Yeah, she goes after them and doesn't waste a single second and pretty much is forcing them to admit defeat. And are they up for the challenge? Let's see. And by the way, if you enjoy videos like this, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and let's get straight into the video.
Everyone knows how I feel. I made it very clear after the debate that I thought he should continue. But that was not what most people wanted. So, but Joe Biden is the kind of person who pulls himself up from rock bottom, and I think he could have stumbled into it. I really do.
That was a video clip from...
Wait, I'm sorry. Did she just say that Joe Biden could have stumbled into winning re-election? He couldn't even stumble down the stairs or up the stairs. He would always fall trying to walk up a flight of stairs. Who does that? And he couldn't even get himself to string together a coherent, not even sentence, but a few words together. Come on, girl. Come on.
Case study QB, who watches cable news and clips out the relevant moments so you don't have to watch it. So thank you for that. But last week, Mika Brzezinski admitted that she thinks that Joe Biden could have stumbled his way into a second term had he remained in the 2024 presidential race. Now, you heard a small portion of why she thinks that. Maybe she makes a better point with fuller context involved. So let's take a look.
People responded very badly when he beat Trump during that campaign to Trump bullying him or going after his remaining son. People stood up for Joe Biden because they knew who he was. They know who he is. And I think an aging Joe Biden is very self-aware about that, and so is his team around him. And he's still 10 times more qualified than what we've got. And he's qualified to manage the world stage. I think after that disastrous debate, he did a news conference. Remind me, Lemire, was it the NATO summit?
Yeah, a couple weeks later. NATO summit was
at
Washington.
8 at night. And yep, he got names wrong. Yep, he had to correct himself a few times. But his knowledge of world affairs was in depth and clear. People chose to, filters instead of reality, which was his good president who has historic presidency, who was able to beat Donald Trump. End of story.
Based on Joe Scarborough's facial expression as Mika Brzezinski is talking, I am about as convinced as he is in the points that she's making. I don't know. Maybe I'm totally misreading his face, but he seems like he's not buying it at all.
Yeah.
I certainly am not buying it at all. Biden's internal polling, his campaign's internal polling showed him losing 400 electoral college votes.
Well, look, his face is probably grimacing because he's like, no, Mika, we're now kissing Trump's ass. Remember, we shifted. So we'll get to Joe in a second. But there's so many great things in that little clip. He could have stumbled into it, she said. Wow, that really is compelling. That maybe your preferred candidate, who is in obvious mental decline, could have accidentally stumbled into the presidency again. What a compelling case. Well, I mean, he did so great at that NATO summit press conference. I mean, he forgot a bunch of names and a lot of other things that had to be corrected later. But no one understands. But he had such a great command of foreign policy. Isn't that table stakes if you're running for president? I mean, I know it isn't lately. Trump barely knows foreign policy, and Biden's foreign policy was, Israel, what should I write in the blank check I'm about to send you for slaughtering Palestinians? Oh, by the way, that'll make me deeply, deeply unpopular, as a poll that we just shared with you guys shows. Only 20% of Americans liked his policy towards Israel. And among the young, it was under 10%. So,
And regarding Trump's presidency, I think that will be one of his biggest critiques from a lot of people, maybe more so of the people on Twitter or now known as X. They don't love that Trump tends to love supporting and giving foreign handouts to Israel. It's like, okay, let's end all foreign aid except Israel and gay Crane. Really, really comment gay Crane if you think that's kind of cringe, you know? And by the way, like the video if you agree with me.
wow, what command of foreign policy. Okay, so it just, every part of this is comical, but the most hilarious part was when she said that people chose filters instead of reality. You're the filter, Mika. You're the filter who is detached from reality. His own advisor said 0% chance of winning. 0%. But that's reality. But Mika's filter is, oh, so if you add another 1 and another 0, that gets to 100%. So Biden would have won. Biden would have won. No, you're the ludicrous filter.
Yeah, look, Biden suffering decline as he was in the top political post in the country, the most powerful position, certainly in the United States, but most powerful position worldwide. Let's keep it real. She was okay, right? Like her audience is there. It's not impacting her cushy life negatively in any way, shape, or form. Inflation, what inflation? Inflation is just totally unbothered by that. In fact, I remember after the presidential election, she and Joe Scarborough did a segment where Joe Scarborough was shocked at the price of butter. He's like, oh my God, $8? $8 for a stick of butter? Yeah, Joe, where have you been, homeboy? And it's because they're unbothered, they're untouched by the disastrous policy decisions and some of the economic issues that riddled Biden's term.
Absolutely. I mean, they're so rich and out of touch that they didn't know how expensive groceries were because they didn't have to care, unlike everyday American people who were struggling to put food on the table.
And so while on one hand, I'm making a point about Joe Scarborough appearing to be confused by Mika's ridiculous points, in the next clip that we're about to watch, you'll see that Joe Scarborough seems to be befuddled about other things as well that he should not be befuddled by. Let's take a look.
Interesting.
I want to go to the debate, the night of the debate. Anybody that says to you they saw that coming is lying.
Okay, here's what I saw coming. Here's what I saw coming.
Did not see that coming.
In the 20 debate, Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders were waving their hands constantly, waving their hands at the camera. Let me talk. Let me interview. Let me do this. And all the time, Biden was sat there like a cigar store Indian or something. Why was he standing there doing nothing? He never participated in those debates. Maybe there's something about him and doesn't want to debate. I don't know what it is. And I don't know if we even the three of us could figure this out about Joe Biden and his decision about not wanting to debate. But he didn't debate in June.
Well, this is a question for historians, and I would love to. You know, everybody thinks there's this grand conspiracy. It was this grand conspiracy to hide him. You know, I did not see that.
What? No, you did not see that because you did not see him, because they were purposefully hiding him. You notice how much more we see of President Trump. He'll have reporters go up to him right in the White House, right in the Oval Office, right on the streets, like you name it. You have so much more access to President Trump than you did to former President Biden, and that's because they were hiding him out. Come on, we're not as stupid as they think we are. Okay.
What exactly is a cigar store Indian that Chris Matthews just made a reference to? What was that?
Yeah, so he makes such antiquated references. In the old days, they would have this. Anyway, I don't even want to explain it. Let's get to the relevant.
Yeah, don't. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's so funny that he kind of, there's the two statements that he made kind of explain what's wrong here. So first he says, if anyone told you that they saw Biden doing poorly in the debate and being in mental decline before the debate, they're lying. Now that's hilarious, right? Because half the country saw that Joe Biden was in mental decline and they thought he was going to do terrible in the debate, and they were right. Now, most of that was right wingers, and you can say they're biased, but it wasn't all right wingers. We thought he was going to do terrible in the debate. We thought he was in mental decline, and we said that about a year before the debate, and we were proven spectacularly correct, unfortunately. Okay.
you know, call me an empathetic woman, but it was honestly hard to watch Joe Biden try to string together sentences and deliver speeches and go do the debates, because I just think a lot of people say it's elder abuse, and I could not agree more. Like, I used to always say, like, this is effed up of his wife to supposedly love this man and allow him, or just be fine with him making a fool out of himself, ruining his apparent legacy for the history books. Like, that is so embarrassing. I would, obviously, it's not the woman's role to tell the husband what he can and cannot do, but I would try to talk him out of it. But no, she was too hungry for power. And of course, this is, you know, fake Dr. Jill Biden. So what more could we expect from her? But if you made it to the end of the video, please comment an orange heart to help boost it in the algorithm. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.